Hello Odooers, I'm Hermine Karatopoulos from the Sales and Sub expertise.
And I'm Isabelle Escriva as well from the same sales and subscription expertise.
So today we're going to present you with the release highlights of 19.1, the 2 and the 3 for both apps. So let's go ahead and take a look. So this is the agenda, just showing you what has been backported to 19.0, some release highlights from 19.1, 2 and 3. So let's go ahead. So the first one that we're going to present to you is the Lazada connector, which actually is a connector for the Southeast Asia area. And this is going to sync products, orders, and inventory as well. Then we have highlights for 19.1. So a really nice improvement here is the ability to be able to edit the price of a product variant directly. So this is absolutely interesting for e-commerce users as well. So let me show you how it works. Let's go to the products. I'm going to take those acoustic blocks. So here you can see on the product form that we have a certain sales price here that's defined. Both variants are going to take this price as a base, as a default price, but you can actually change the price here, as I have done here already for the white variant, which is 300 euros and instead of 295. So let's go ahead and check this on an order. I'm going to add both variants here. So let's go for the acoustic block screen. I'm going to add the black one. So the black one, indeed, you can see it's 320, and if I add the acoustic block screen, the white variant, there you can see it's 325. So that's indeed quite interesting, especially for e-commerce users, but not only. Then we have the quotation templates options for sections. So indeed, this was not present before. If I go to the templates here, you will see that we're able to save here different sections, components, and so on, just like you could actually do on a sales order, which is a very nice improvement as well for users that have always the same kind of blocks to add on a sales order.
Super nice.
Indeed. Another one here is the fact that you can actually mark an order as fully paid even though you haven't invoiced it yet. So let's go ahead and take a look for that one. So I'm going to create here, let's go ahead with Abigail. Let's use the quotation template so you can see the sections as well being added here, and I can confirm this. The delivery has not still been done, but we could deliver it or not. But then you have here the option to kind of say that you close the invoicing. So far, if I take a look here, you will see the status is to invoice. When I close the invoicing here, you will see that the status changes to fully invoiced, which basically mark it as paid.
This is very convenient.
Absolutely. And obviously, you can reopen it at any time as well if you still want to invoice the customer. Good. So here we also have our improved price list report. So here what changed is that we also manage basically units of measures. We can also select a date, so you can actually export the PDF to this date, especially if you have like price lists with a promotion from in the summertime or something like that. And we also have the grouping by category. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to go to the products, go to the list view. It's actually a feature that's not really well known because it's kind of hidden. So if I go here ahead and I select all my products, you go to action, you go to the price list report, and then you can actually open this report that you can export here in PDF, CSV, or XLS. And as you can see, we have the different categories here that you can actually see, but we also have the units of measures here where you can see the pricing depending on this measure.
This is really nice for self-reporting indeed.
Absolutely, and then you can change the date and kind of send this report to the customer this way.
Awesome.
And And then an extra improvement in 19.2. So here, to be able to basically deliver products to reinvoice quite fast, there's a new menu that has been added. So if you need to invoice customer very fast, what you can do is basically go here to service and materials. But before that, let me show you a quotation that has already been made. So I have here my SO32, where you can see here I have my office lamp already. If I go to my to invoice section, I go to service and material, I can just kind of select my SO. Here you can see, we also see the customer basically. I can just take my SO32, select a product like the service here to add. You can add a description, and then you can say, okay, I'm adding quantity 3. And let's go ahead and see what happened here on the SO. You can see that we added basically here the service material to the SO quite quickly. And you can do that in mass, obviously, for the different sales orders that you might have.
Super cool.
And that's it for the 19.1 and 19.2 features.
So now let's go and take the ones for 19.3. So the first one is like now we can define a price per unit of measure. Before, well, I'm going to jump to the database so I can show it to you. Here, if I go to my products, we have our office lamp. At the office lamp, for example, it has a sales price of 28 euros. But in this case, I also work with other, if I go to sales, I work with other unit of measure that is pack of 6. In this case, I want to add another price. And here, if I go to my prices, I have that for a specific price list, I want that in the pack of 6, my office lamp is 26 euros. So actually, how can we do this? If we go to our price list, here we have the one that we created for retailers, for instance, where we are saying the condition that I was just mentioning before. So instead of selling this lamp for 28 euros each unit, I want that when I sell it in this specific unit of measure, each unit costs 26. This is super nice feature. Let's see how it works in practice. If I create a new quotation with this product, in here, as you see, we have the 28. With the price list, if we just change our unit, here we can see that the unit price is 156 instead of 168 that it will have been with the 28 euros of the initial sales price.
That's actually very handy for users that really have like these packages that they can actually handle. Before we had to kind of work with the different levels in the price list, the minimum quantity. So this makes it actually much easier indeed.
Indeed, it's super convenient, and also you can see it like as a user, but of course this also applies for your website. This is very nice because here you can also see the unit price that is 26, but then if you change to pack of 6, as you see here just by handling the mouse, you can see that the price changes to 26, and then if I select it, then it converts directly to 156 euros for the whole pack of 6.
Quite clear like that with the 26 that you can see.
Indeed, super nice feature. So then we also have the section templates. So as Hermine was mentioning before, we can work with different sections in the quotation templates, but we can also add sections for a specific sales order. So what I mean with this, let's just create an example. I'm going to select the same order that you created before. So let's say that in this case, the extra section, it's a section that in my case, I use a lot because it's a section that I'm asked a lot as a salesperson. So I want to keep it as my favorite because I reuse it a lot and I don't always want to apply my quotation template. So for that, I can just come here to the 3 little dots and I can save it as a template. As here we have a banner mentioning that we save this, let's see how I can reuse this. If I create a new sales order, I'm going to just select a specific customer and then here add some products. And then let's say that indeed I want to add my section. How can I do that? If I click now here, as you see, I have my extra. I can just easily click in here, and as you see, my whole section has been pasted in this sales order. So it helps us to save a lot of time, and it's super convenient.
And you can go this You don't need to input everything before starting. You can do this as you go, basically. Save
Exactly.
the templates. When you see you reuse the template actually quite a lot.
Indeed. And also this is something that it only applies at user level. So I will only see it for my user, but in your user you can configure the ones that you need the most or you use the most. If you just want to delete it, we just can click on the section and delete it. So it's quite easy and quite nice. I of course like create a new section on the fly if needed as well. Oh, sorry for that. Then the next one is product images. This is something very nice as well. It's that now we can allow the product images to be seen in the portal and also in our document. So in here, if we go to our sales order, first of all, we need to go to the settings and activate these features. So here in the sales configuration, we have this option of display product images. We just need to activate it. And once this is active, what will happen is I'm going to just select the same one as we had before, this one. The preview, the customer will be able to see the different images. So it's quite nice because they can already see what they can expect for this product.
It's an improvement because you have the picture here, but without having to create the quotation builder that we already have, which is already a step further, which
Indeed.
makes it quite nice in the portal actually when you see it like that.
Indeed, super nice for the end customer to see it this way. And of course as well, it will be shown in the PDF. So here in the normal quotation, we have the did of the PDF builder, as you were mentioning. We are going to be able to see the small images that they are linked to that specific product. So super nice. Then let's jump into subscription. So everything that we said before, it was related to the sales app. Now we are going to focus on the subscription one. So what we have new that is something really nice, and it was demanded a lot actually, is we have recurring loyalty. So how can we see this? When we create our discount and loyalty here in the loyalty card, before it was only possible to use it for regular loyalty programs basically, and now we have the option of recurrency. So if we click here, as we see, we have an option of subscription. If we click it, this means that we want this specific loyalty, so this specific conditional rule, to be recurring in all of our different periods. Nice, right?
Very nice. Indeed. I think that was one of the requirements from the users that used a lot subscription to be able to kind of have these loyalty programs as well.
Indeed. And also here it's going to be the same in the rewards, so we will just click here on the recurring and it will happen the same. Let's see how we can use this in practice. So if we create a new quotation, I'm just going to add a subscription product and a recurring plan, for example. And I'm going to actually select a customer that we don't have any loyalty points. So here, if I confirm it, as you see here, I can see that I issued 10 loyalty points, which is quite nice. And now if I click on the reward, I will have my 5% on discount on the order. So basically, now if I create the invoice, I'm going to create it manually to show you. But of course, you know that this runs automatically in the system. I will just create this draft, this invoice, and I will confirm it. So here we can see that we have our discount, perfect. And then here for the next one, we see that it's issued 10 and it's used 10 loyalty points. As we have both as recurring, now if I force my next invoice for the next period of June, let's do that to see it. The 5% of discount is respected for my next period. So as you see, for each period of this specific subscription, the discount is going to be added automatically. So it's super nice. We can see it. We don't need to do a lot of manual actions. Indeed, everything is automated. And we have a very good traceability of it, because here you always see the loyalty card of the customer. So we see that we have issued 20 and used 20 as well, and it will be like that for all your upcoming periods. Super nice feature. And then lastly, for subscription as well, we have the prorate on end date. So basically, if we have a subscription starting today, let's say, and it's a yearly subscription, but we want to add a closing date in the middle before the pro rata was not being calculated. So we needed to create a manual action in some cases. In this case, the system does it automatically for you. So
indeed, we computed the pro rata when you started the sub, but not when you ended it, basically, to also kind of manage this prorated price.
Exactly. So, for example, let's create a new subscription. Let's see it in practice. I'm going to do the same. Here, let's add yearly. In this case, we can add an until date. In this case, before, as you mentioned, we were invoicing the whole period. But imagine that here we wanted to, I don't know, because of a specific reason, we want to add the end date the 16th of February. Then once we confirm this subscription and we create the first invoice, instead of 1 year, the system is already reading that, of course, you are not invoicing the whole period because you added an end date in your subscription. So as you see here, instead of having a whole year, we have 266 days with the period that we just selected. Quite nice.
And indeed, we don't have like a total price of 200 euros. Here it's 135 because indeed we have this prorated price.
Exactly. And the system calculated automatically for you. So less manual action for your salespeople. So that's everything for the highlights. As you see, we have a lot of new features and even better like coming for version 20. But well, before moving forward to the Q&A session, we want to give you here this QR code that you can scan in case you want to explore a bit more the Odoo pricing and see the cost that we'll have for your needs, basically. So you can scan this for having the different prices and the different plans that we offer in Odoo. And also, I will give maybe a few more seconds so you can scan it. You can also find this in our website, in odoo.com, with the prices plan. And then also, of course, you can scan this one if you will like some advice. So you can contact our salespeople or a specific expert to advise you in your case. You can tell them a bit more about your business, and they will be able to guide you and to show you the different options and the option that fits best your need, basically. So yeah, you can scan it and you can contact us for anything that you need. Thank you very much for your time, and now we will move to the Q&A session in a few minutes.
Hi guys, so apparently everything was clear for you with these release highlights that we present to you. So without questions, we're going to close the session here. So we're wishing you a good afternoon and see you next time.
Thank you very much.